This week I participated in the GMTK Game Jam for 2024, and it was fun. So my idea for this game was kind of like a game where you slowly grew as you picked up things, like you would advance in stages. So right now I'm building like a molecule, and then you would go on to eat cells, and then more stuff, possibly like humans, and then buildings, and then planets, until you destroy the whole solar system. That was my original idea anyway. Now's a great time to mention that I have no actual experience in coding, and I've only made a few games in Game Maker Studio. So as you can see right now, I'm just making all the sprites correct, changing how they look. I'm adding them into the room. Speaking of the room, right now it's kind of a little bland, as you can see when we run it. It's black background. Let's change that. There we go. Everything's a bit bigger, differently sized, and the background is a lot nicer on the eyes. Yeah, right here I'm gonna go code some player script, and here it is in action. It moves around pretty well. I'd say it worked. Now I need to add the size mechanic. This is something I actually had to code myself. Wow, big surprise, right? It's not that hard because I'm just changing the size of the player. You'll see it here. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. I had this in mind for a while, ever since I started the project, how I would do it. And yeah, that's kind of a little funny thing that happened. It's because I didn't make it so the object was destroyed. And now right here I kind of went on a huge mission to try to fix what's wrong, and the answer is I'm stupid. All I had to do was change where the event happened. I had it in the player character, but it needed to be in the object that the player's colliding with. And yeah, pretty easy fix. Now I'm just doing it for all the objects. And yeah, this is a good start to the project. So I don't know what I need to work on now, but I guess I'll just start working. Alright, so right now the first room doesn't have that many objects, and there's no camera. So I need to get to work on that, because I want you to be able to go in many different ways and grab a lot of different molecules, atoms, that sort of thing, or whatever comes next. I want you to be able to choose which way you want to grab and not have to grab all of them. So right here I stacked all the molecules just to do something funny. Now he's huge. But this brings up another problem. The player is too big. The screen doesn't actually fully fit him. And that's kind of a problem if you want to have a game where you grow. So yeah, I couldn't figure it out. It just never worked. It just never worked. It would grow, but it would be stuck not in the middle of the screen, but at the top left-hand corner, which is not what I want. So I just have to work around it because I am not doing all that work. Well, I said that we needed a lot more rooms, so let's get to work on that one. So here's the art. I think the obvious next progression is to move on to cells. So right here's an animal cell. You know this from science class. It's a 1-to-1 accurate, definitely 1-to-1 accurate of an animal cell. Very, very accurate, definitely. Alright, so let's see how it looks here. And so yeah, let's remove around, we're collecting all the stuff. And oh yeah, there's that cool transition that I made, but right now you can't pick up the sorry, I just had brain fart. All the cells, you can't pick them up, so now you can. Watch. I just gotta speed run grabbing all of the necessary materials to grow. Speed running. I'm not speed running. This is pretty slow. And now we can walk around on the screen and we can pick up all the cells. And that's pretty nice. But remember how I said that there's gonna be multiple levels? Right now this is only the second. So I think you know where this is going. So the next logical progression in this idea in my head is to now move on to lab rats. Which I guess I should tell the story that I'm trying to make in this game. The idea is that you are like a rogue cell trying to destroy the planet, and you're created in a lab. So that's why I think it's best to move on to lab rats next. And you can see I am not that good with art. You probably could already tell from all my other art, but art is definitely not my strong suit. But I like how the rat turned out. So let's see all of this in action. So for the rat, I made it so he's not food that you'd have to eat. Instead, he's an enemy that you have to avoid. So as we work our way to this level, so trying to get through this level as fast as possible so I can show you. And alright, here we are. So you gotta pick up these little pellets, as I said, as food, and then once you get past a certain point, you're able to eat the rats for food. You right there. And now, the only next logical step is to make another level, and here it is. Just like that. This took me way too long, and I don't want to have to bother you with it. So now I'm adding the humans in, because this is a city area. That's kind of the idea, I guess, that I'm going for. So basically with this, the project's practically done. Just a few more tweaks, like a main menu, a lose screen, and maybe some music, and it'll be done. And video, I don't want to go too long, so I did this off camera, and now you get to see the final project. So yeah, this is what it looks like.